So I finished reading the Norman Maclean's USFS, US Forest Service, I think, 1919. His books is the about when he was, 17 years old. He went to the this USFS work during the summer, I think. So when he did that, he kind of described this particular experience as very, it's kind of a sweet, even though describing all these workers of USFS very rambunctious and very rough, tough, almost like to the point of violence, but in essence it's a very sweet story there. I think he definitely describes some of the people as kind of a scary or despicable or mean or something like that, but at the end, he always come back with this sweet moment with those friends or people there. So that was, I thought it was very interesting, because it is something to do with his love of the work he did during that time, or fondly remembering his experience during that time. So in that sense, I think overall it's very nice, sweet story of the mountain culture of Montana or Idaho, somewhere around there. They talk about the city of Hamilton, which is Montana or Idaho. I don't know where that is, but the border of the particular two states. So one of the things he talks about is the gambling. Gambling, they do the card games when they are off from work. A colleague, I would say, this looks like a very serious type of a card game. Of course, his view of card games is a view of the young 17-year-old, but very intelligent, of course, and describing all those tricks people makes. So it is about that. It is about working conditions, working together with other people, and kind of fondly remembering of that. So for me, it's almost like because I'm just an English learner, I'm a student, right? So still, when I read his writing, I always feel like this is like an English class, and I have to read whatever it is and enjoy those. And I admired his writing. His writing is, I think, for me, it's very, I would say, it's not easy read, because he used lots of sentences and lots of phrases which is not familiar with me. So once in a while I have to look it up, those phrases and words. And he used a lot of slang also, especially mountain slang, or the people who are maybe less educated people's slang, or maybe there, or something like that. I took it, but it took a long time to read it. I think this is probably as long as the content-wise, as long as the a river runs through it. And it took for a while to read through, but at the end, it's very satisfactory. I felt like I immersed myself to the culture of mountain people, mountain working, U.S. Forest Service type of people. They are mostly, creating the trail, or keeping up the trail, or transporting things. I think that's the probably major thing is in this particular story, because he worked with this guy Bill named Bill. He controls he is a supervisor of packing. Packing is, I think, what I understand is like you transport thing, in that area from place to place. So pack all these things with the hose back and transport them. And so that is, he worked with Bill. So mostly he talks about Bill. And Bill is more like a taciturn, maybe, but kind of a bright mountain man there. And so mostly the relationship with him. And the other person he talks about most is the cook. Cook is, of course, I think the cook, preparing the food for those workers. But he is kind of also very experienced and serious type of workers. But he didn't like him as much. His demeanors and his characters, he doesn't like it. But at the end, he had a very sweet side to help him also. So it's very nice in that sense. So what I enjoyed it most is that immersion experience of this Forest Service, U.S. Forest Service job, and the mountain culture, and his view of all those different type of people. And I kind of talked about Americano. Yeah, I think this is really it is talking about the people who works in that mountain culture, but it represents very American culture for me. So it's like for me it's like admiration, maybe, their culture. The Americans I don't know, this is about 1919, 1920, right? Around that time, I think America is very kind of affluent around that time. And so you can see, their morale is also very nice. Also, they have this side of the, shooting with the gun and, controlling the wild animals or anything like that. But very, I would civilized mountain culture, I would say. That's what I understand. Even though for some people, mountain culture is never civilized. especially 1919. You don't have many gadgets or devices that facilitate their work. There's no, but I don't think there's no phone there. Of course, there's no cell phones, anything like that, and the communication was very, very limited by just talking to them. So yeah, things like that. It is very poignant reading experience for me, and I cherish this book so much that I will reread again to immerse myself again to that kind of environment there. Yeah, so yeah, that's the Norman Maclean book. Yep, bye.